Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, with another album review, and I'm here checking out the boys in Sanguisugabogg. Sanguisugabogg. Yeah, I think I got it right. With their new album, Homicidal Ecstasy. These guys are a death metal band, and I cannot stress how much of a death metal band they are. They play very, very heavy sounding death metal, similar to, well, I would say Cannibal Corpse, um, Obituary, that 90s style death metal, but heavier. They are from Columbus, Ohio, and I think this is their first, at least, debut on a bigger record label album. So now let's get into this review. I can't talk. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Matt from Diazable here with another album review. I've been slacking and I haven't put out one in a while, so sorry. But I'm excited for this one to check out the boys in Sanguisugabogg. Sanguisugabogg. Yeah. With their new album, Homicidal Ecstasy. Now, this band is an extreme death metal band. Cannot stress how much of a death metal band they are. They come from Columbus, Ohio, and this is their first album, at least on Century Media Records. They just put it out, and I'm excited to go through the tracks and tell you how I feel about the songs and everything and my overall feelings of this album. So let's get into it. Track one, Black Market Vasectomy. From the get-go, off the bat, I knew that the snare drum, was going to be punchy and echoey, and it delivers. Guitar work is very nasty, very just heavy. Uh, Vocals deeper than a black hole. Like if you know this band, Sanguisugabogg, you know how those vocals are going to be. But if you've never heard them before, you're like, whoa. Sick drum roll in the song. Um, Guitar work is a little bit technical and chuggy on this track, but still sounds very heavy. Those China crashes. Ooh. I can't understand a word that he's saying without the lyrics, but he sounds good. Also, self mutilation on your dick. I see we've moved on from women mutilation. Fair. Track two, face ripped off. Slow and grimy intro. Guitar and vocals sound very groovy on this track. His vocal pattern, his flow is good, but it's hilarious. Like his flow, he sounds really good, but then the lyrics are really dark. Um, your body lays on me. I gently caress you as I tear your flesh. And the way he says it, it has like a nice like rhythm to it. Good track, but unless I've missed something, I didn't hear Aaron at all on this track. So unless I'm dumb or something, his vocals blended in the mix or something. I didn't know where the feature was because by the time the song was over, I was like, oh, we're done. Track three, Pissed. And from that title alone, Jesus Christ, they are very pissed on this track. Uh, the drum kick sounds really good on this track. The production's pretty clean on this one. Lots of clean blast beats. And another groovy track. Track four, Testicular Rot. Old school 90s death metal sound with like just cleaner production. Now I'm thinking like Cannibal Corpse, something like that. If you know, like pretty basic, I guess, but like it gives you a good idea of the scope of what it sounds like. But think of Cannibal Corpse, but very cleaner. I guess modern Cannibal Corpse. The cymbals sound so good. That cha cha cha. Mwah. The drum patterns here are a little different than before, and I like that. They're switching it up a little bit. Some vocal changes, vocal style changes. Uh, Not all gutturals from this album, this track. The, the lyrics, all I can say is very vile. Mm. Uh, The track does kind of drag for a while. Sounds good, but I wonder if it would have sounded better if it was a little bit shorter. Track 5, Hungry for Your Insides. The infamous for their style of music and what they've been playing. It's like a 1-2 drum pattern. I'm really bad at like imitating it, but it's like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 2-2. I don't know. I got to get better at describing things. I'm working on it, guys. But they have a very familiar drum pattern. If you know this band, you listen to, you know what I'm talking about. It sounds great. Uh, Pig squeals. We're finally getting some pig squeals on this album. Um, I will say they managed to make a minute and 30 minute, a minute and 30-second track feel like 3 minutes. So impressive. The ending is very sick on this track. Track 6. Insane, crazy intro, crazy amounts of blast beats going in. A lot of different vocal patterns on this track. Adds a lot of variety. But I will say the overall sound of the song or just the feel of the song, it drags until the end. Um, I think if they changed the guitar tuning a bit, maybe it would sound better. But yeah, it was all right. This track was very okay for me. Here's a little snippet of Skin Cushion. Skin Cushion. 7, A Lesson in Savagery. Sludgy start. A lot of old school MySpace deathcore sounds for me on this track. Uh, he fucking he sounds savage and raw on this track. The instruments sound very turned up on this track, and I like that. Lots of pig squeals. Wee wee. That's a horrible pig squeal. Um, he's kind of drowned out in this song, but in a very interesting way. Like usually being drowned out, I'd be like, I can't hear the vocals, but the way they do it on this one, it gives the instruments more time to shine and everything, and like lets them be on the front for a while. Um, I think maybe the most ambitious and creative track on this album so far. I like it a lot. Here's a little sample of A Lesson in Savagery. Yeah, Lesson in Savagery. Track 8, we have here Narcissistic Incisions. Guitar sound good and chunky. There's some gang vocals to add to the variety of the song and the vocal patterns. Um, in the middle of the song, they add some new like guitar riffs, change it up a little bit. It's nice, spices it up. It's a good death metal song. That's about it. Track 9, Mortal Adonishment. They're changing up the guitar riffs on this song and the drum patterns for the intro, so it's nice. Um, Feels like a heavy, heavy hardcore song. And this is what I was talking about earlier, how like hardcore dudes playing death metal. I'm pretty sure you guys heard this before in other interviews about them, but yeah, like you hear a lot of hardcore influence on this track. The pacing of the song sounds great. It's over 5 minutes long, but because they like switch up a lot of things on the song with the drum patterns, the vocals, and the guitar, it goes by in a breeze. Track 10, Proclamation of the Frail. Lyrics are a little bit weak here. They're just kind of, I wouldn't want to say mid. The overall song feel of the song is a bit repetitive. I feel like this is the first time I feel like they're running out of steam. It's just a bit boring. No shade towards the guys in Sanguisugabogg. Sanguisugabogg. Um, but I will say the guitar riffs towards the end of the song do kind of elevate the song a little bit. Track 11, Necrosexual Deviant. Um, Typical chuggy start with the guitars. There's a thick, like a two-step part in the middle of the song, guess with that signature 1-2 drum pattern and swing here. It's simply a heavy song. Lots of moshing feels to this song. Like you can throw down in the pit. My Will to Fuck the Dead. Great way to end the song. Yeah. Last track we have here, Fiending for Bloodshed. It's fast and a bit messy. The drum fills used on this track pretty good. I feel like on this track they wanted to go all in on the craziness and the instruments and the talents of the people in the band, and it comes off as a bit of a mess of the song. I'm saying here it's not in my notes. It says it's not too bad, but I guess overall it's just like an intensely like ending song. It's just really hard and just like just throwing paint at the wall and just seeing what happens. But yeah. Now, that was my overall review of the new album from Sanguisugabogg, Homicidal Ecstasy. I didn't say the album name earlier, but yeah. Overall, I feel like what the guys are trying to do in this album, they're not trying to bring too much. They're not trying to change things up a little bit. I think they were trying to hunker down and improve on their sound that they've already established with a little bit of variety sprinkled here and there. So I don't think they were trying to be a game changer, but they were just trying to get beefier, heavier, nastier, and just make everyone suffer with how heavy this stuff is. So overall, guitar work, chuggy, very distortedly and crazy intense, very good. Overall, I like the guitar work; it was pretty good. The riffs were good. The drum patterns, a little bit repetitive here and there with the usual 1-2 like fast death metal drum patterns they had, but the sound of the drums very, very, very punchy, very, very, very snappy. Like you hear them drums. Vocals. I was a little surprised that the vocalist tried to do some different vocal patterns and flows here and there, and they did some gang vocals here and there. So it wasn't just straight like like straight just gutturals and heavy, heavy sounding. Some pig squeals, some changing it up here and there. So good on that. Production a little bit cleaner, but overall about the same as their other efforts, I think. I don't think they try to change too much with the production. I feel like overall, not saying they were staying safe, but they just really, I think, wanted to just get their sound even more improved and just sound better. Because seeing them live and everything and hearing them on record, they sound the same and everything. So I think they're just really trying to get their production and sound to be consistent. Yeah, that's one thing. They want to be consistent. And there's nothing wrong with consistency. It pays the bills. So this is my review of Sanguisugabogg, Homicidal Ecstasy. And I think, personally, I think it is a very, very strong 7. 7 out of 10. I think these guys have done a really good job with this album. And I think with their next effort, I really think it's going to be a really, really good effort on their next album. So yeah, thanks for coming by, watching my review of this amazing album and everything. You guys have a great day. Bye. Hey guys, have you checked out any of the merch from Diazable that we have on our online store? We have some of these designs up, some cool gym looking gear. Fan favorite, Baby Noodle. Be a fucking devil. Yeah, some of our most hated merch ever. But I love Hate Breed. Yay. Sticker packs too. Who doesn't like Baby Noodle eating pizza? Yeah. Keychains. Yeah. And of course, we have koozies. Yeah, who doesn't like a good koozie? So check out our merch store, diazable.com, and support your local business. And a friend who's not trying to work a 9 to 5 anymore. Trying to do something with my life.